Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. I am in Willimantic, Connecticut. And I'm going to do a little drive around, Main Street, some of the more popular areas. I don't live in Willimantic, but I come up to Willimantic often enough to know, some of the important areas to cover. This isn't going to be a comprehensive street-by-street, total massive tour of Willimantic. I don't have the time for that. It's basically impossible. I'm on Windham Road right now. I'm going to be heading over the Frog Bridge momentarily, and then I'm going to get down Main Street. There's some beautiful homes in this section of Willimantic. And there's a large mill down there. I believe it's apartments or condos. We're going to drive by a lot of these things here. Okay, there's the Frog Bridge. Whether that's the technical name for it or not, I don't know. But there's giant frogs. I think they're made out of copper or brass. Hopefully you can, let me see if I can turn this camera a little bit. I'm in the right lane, so that's good. There you go, right there, right in front of us. And giant spools of thread, cement spools of thread before the frogs. I'm assuming that mill used to produce thread. I don't know. It could have been a thread mill. There's a big sign. There's a park to my left slightly, and it says Town of Windham. In that park is the Kaszuba stage. The Kaszuba is a nightclub formerly, I believe it was technically in Mansfield. Sometimes people say the Kaszuba was in Willimantic, but technically it was in Mansfield. And they named that stage there after the Kaszuba, which, the Kaszuba, maybe I'll take a drive by where that used to be located. It burned to the ground in 1982, I believe. For my money, the Kaszuba was the best nightclub I've ever been to. I'd argue it's one of the best in the country at the time, but I have a Kaszuba video where I drive from Norwich to the Kaszuba on my YouTube channel, and I discuss that in depth as I drive down Main Street in Willimantic right now. So if you want to watch that, if you're interested in the Kaszuba, please take a look at that video. I think you'd be very interested. So I'm on Main Street in Willimantic, Connecticut right now. It's a nice day. It's unusual. The sky is not really blue. It's more of a muted color. I think that's due to wildfires out west, potentially from Canada or just western United States, that is giving, it's eliminating the blue sky and replacing it with basically a grayish, kind of a muted appearance. But anyways, as I slowly cruise down Main Street, I'm going to cover, as I say, the highlights. Business District, Main Street. High Street is to my right. It's one way. I can't go up there. But I'll do the best I can to cover the what I would call high impact, highly populated areas. Main Street being really the most prominent, most important. It's very warm today. Right now it's about 86 degrees. It's comfortable, but it's a little breezy. And that, that haze, that smoke is kind of a buzzkill, to be honest with you. When you're walking around out there, it's kind of a, it's uncomfortable. You got to breathe all this smoke in. As we cruise down Main Street in Willimantic, Connecticut, there's so many businesses on both sides, restaurants, Connecticut Light and Power Company. It's endless. There's hundreds and hundreds of businesses. Absolutely impossible for me to cover everything. It's just not doable. If I start saying this is on the left, this is on the right, it's not possible. If I walk the street, okay, that's one thing, but I'm in a vehicle, so I just can't do it. But there seems to be a mall or something up here. I think I'm going to turn around and head back, because if I keep going, this is going to bring me out of Willimantic and into Columbia. I'm not really sure what's up here, but Willimantic proper, the heart of Willimantic is really what I want to cover. There's a brand new Walgreens pharmacy on the right, brand new McDonald's on the left. These are Burger King over to my left. It's like the ubiquitous buildings and restaurants that we see, and pharmacies we see in every single town, USA. Coventry is ahead of us, Willington. So yeah, I don't want to get too far down the road here. I'm going to turn around at that mall. Papa's Pizza, roast beef. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like it's open. True Value Hardware. Okay. I'll turn around right up. Straight ahead, there is Willimantic Plaza. That's where I'm going to turn around. Smile Solutions Dental Excellence back there. Willimantic Plaza. They get BJ's Wholesale Club, Supercuts, Quest Diagnostics, whatever. Every town in Connecticut has these, mini malls or moderately sized malls with virtually the same stores in every one of them. BJ's Wholesale Club being one of the prominent members of that club directly in front of us. What else is over here? Peking House, Cricket Phones, whatever. It's nothing off the beaten path. It's nothing unusual. Getting out of this parking lot is kind of tricky with that big truck, but that's okay. KFC, all your standard. I guess if you're looking at this thing 150 years from now, maybe these stores will be, these restaurants and banks and everything will no longer exist. So might be something to look at. But I'm going to take a left, and I'm going to go back down through Main Street and do some other side streets that are prominent. I just can't get over that sky. I mean, I'm looking straight up right now, and it's gray. I'm really not sure how long this wildfire contamination situation is going to be going on. But the sooner the better it's out of here is all good with me. All right. Let's rock and roll down the street. Okay. Now, there's a sign up here. It's all worn out. What does it say? Willimantic. Okay, so I'm crossing into the threshold of Willimantic. So back there, I don't know. It's another town. As we cruise very, very slowly and very gently down Main Street, Capital Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to my right back there. All right, there you go. There's a view of the gray, hazy, smoky sky. I'll go down the full length of Main Street again, and I'll go past the big former thread mill, which is now either apartments or condos or, whatever it is, living quarters for people. There's a big cemetery to my right. I didn't catch the name of it. Eastern Connecticut State University is up here, by the way. As part of the Shabu video that I shot, that's on my YouTube channel, the dead end of it, the last probably 10 or 15 minutes, is a tour of the Eastern College campus. So if you want to see that, it's in that video. There's a little mall or series of buildings called Tyler Square to my right. There's all kind of restaurants and businesses in there. To my left, Eblin's Planet Fitness. Again, these are just, there's nothing unusual or unique about the names of the businesses. Now, the Royal Buffet, Hibachi Grill and Sushi, back there to my right, looks like a family-owned business. Windham Regional Technical School apparently is up the road if I take a left. Windham Wine and Spirits, they deliver. Pedal Power, that's interesting. Bicycles, back there to my left. That looked like a privately owned business. Schiller's Sewing back there. That looks like a privately owned business. Off in the distance, you can see some of the beautiful architecture that is part of Main Street in Willimantic. Many, many historic buildings. To the left and to the right. Main Street Cafe, Willimantic Brewing Company, back there to my left. Thread City Diner to my left. There's a lot of really cool restaurants and stuff down here at Main Street. Capitol Theater or I think it was Capitol Theater back there to my right. This section of Willimantic is really beautiful right here. It's got that old world charm. There's barber shops and jewelry stores. Antiques. Everything. Everything you need back there on Main Street in Willimantic. Alright, let me figure this thing out. I gotta get... in the middle lane. I want to go straight down Main Street. Person in front of me has a lot of bumper stickers. Willimantic Food Co-op. We'll take a ride by that. That's a legendary health food store. They sell organic foods, and it's really good. I go there all the time. All right, there's your... It says now leasing to my right. Of that big mill. You can see that directly in front of us. More beautiful buildings down here. If I keep going straight, that'll bring me to Danielson, Providence. To the left and to the right, those homes, those are mill houses. People used to live in they're like duplex, two-family homes. Back in the days when that mill back there was firing on all cylinders, those mill houses were occupied by employees. They could literally walk to work, walk to the job. There's something called Legends Tavern to my left. It's got a picture of a lion with a crown, like a king's crown on it. It's still on Main Street. When that ends, I'll turn around. Tony's Pizza to my left. The best pizza in Willimantic, in my personal opinion, that's just me. To me, it blows the doors off every other pizza parlor in town. Okay, now I'm on Boston Post Road, so I'm going to go up just a touch, and I'm going to turn around and cover some more streets. So we did Main Street. We went up both ways on Main Street. I'm going to cover a little bit more, some of the more important roads in Willimantic. To my right is Mayo Street. M-A-Y-O. All right, that looks like a good place to turn around up ahead. Napa Auto Parts. I'm going to turn around right there. Seems to be a long line of traffic coming directly at me. But we'll just patiently wait it out. We'll turn around. We'll wait another second. What do we got? We got a Western Union over here. We got another package store. All right, I'm going to hone in a little bit on Tony's Pizza if I can, because I love that place. Comanche's Barber Shop back there. Okay, Boston Post Road. Good. Red light. Let me see if I can get a look at Tony's. That's up ahead a little bit. I gotta get that in. You know something? I'm gonna turn in this parking. I'm not even sure if this is what this is. Yeah, it looks like a little parking lot, just so I can get a shot of Tony's Pizza. There it is right there. Whoa. All right, I'm going to pull out of here and to my right once I... Whoa, that's a bump. Okay. Directly in front of me, right there is Tony's Pizza. I got to get out of the way here. I'm going to get run over. Right there is Tony's Pizza. I hope you can see that. I hope I'm framing that up good. I really want to highlight that because they've been there for as long as I can, decades, and they make this. It's consistently great pizza. I seem to be getting a lot of red lights today, and I don't mind it, but it seems to be an unusually high amount of red lights for me. All right, now. Slowly cruise up. We're back on Main Street. Route 66. I'm going to pull into this former thread mill, and let's cover a little bit of this territory just to get a look at it. I'm not going to be parking here because if I did, I would be towed. The reason being is I don't live here, and if you don't live here, they tow your vehicle out. Okay, if you're ever in this area, park somewhere. Let me see if I can zero in on this thing a little bit. You should park somewhere, not here because you'll get towed, but I'm going to point this camera over towards this area. It says Garden on the Bridge. That is a really beautiful little area that you walk. You can go right or left. If you take a left up there, there's a beautiful waterfall in a river. That's not to be missed. If you come to Willimantic, it's a must. Okay, parking reserved for art space. Anyways, I highly recommend that walk back there. It's very short, but if you like taking pictures or whatever, you just want to see a beautiful waterfall. So there's that factory, former factory, thread mill, whatever, directly in front of us. Let me take a cruise down. Really, really a beautiful building. I mean, this thing is constructed with what appears to be blocks of granite. I imagine back in the old days when this thing was fully operational, it must have been a sight to behold, I'm telling you. Right now, whoever restored it did a fantastic job. It's new windows. I mean, it's all restored top to bottom. It's beautiful. All right, let's try to get all these buildings in. There's another older. That one looks to be, yeah, I don't know if they're going to convert that to living space or what the deal on that is. I'm not sure, but let me turn around here. Yeah, that would be, it's got a brand new roof on it, so I don't know, maybe they're going to redo that. There seems to be another footbridge up back there to my left. I'm going to have to explore that on foot in the future. I don't know if it's another waterfall. I don't know what the story on that is. But anyways, there's a good look at that from this angle. As I work my way back out of here, and I'm going to point this camera at another really nice building that I believe is a museum, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, don't miss Garden on the Bridge straight ahead if you're in Willimantic. That's a must. Yeah, right here, Windham Textile, that beautiful building right smack in front of us. The Mill Museum, Windham Textile and History Museum, Liberty's Daughters. There's a big sign up there. I can't read everything. It's small print, but that's something worth checking out. All right, let's see if I can sneak out of here. All right. Again, to your left, more of the mill keeps going down Main Street. Okay, let's take a right. There's the Kaszuba stage to the left, and that really nice park. There's I believe it's there's a brand new beautiful senior center. And I mean brand new, like a year or less old. I'm on Jackson Street right now. I'm going to take a left. Kaszuba stage is right there to the left. Hope you can glance at it. I'm on Valley Street right now. Valley Street's very, very important because it houses the Willimantic Food Co-op, which I'm going to pull in to the parking lot right now to get you a look at it. That's Elm Package Store, but where the flags are flying right there. At the peak where that roof is, and these two folks are heading in that direction, is the Willimantic Food Co-op. Interesting side note. Okay, they're going into the package store. The one to the left of them is the Willimantic Food Co-op. Highly recommend it if you're into health food, organic food. They got everything. Beautiful place, very clean. Staff is phenomenal. Been there forever. Great reputation. It's all there. Wendy O. Williams of the group, formerly of the group, the Plasmatics, used to work there. Okay, I'm not kidding. After she was retired from the Plasmatics, she worked at the Willimantic Food Co-op. She lived in Storrs, Connecticut. Unfortunately, she's now deceased. But if you're not familiar with the Plasmatics, they're one of the most, I don't know if you'd call it punk rock or, I mean, they defy description, but Wendy O. Williams is one of the most flamboyant rock stars of all time. I mean, if you take a look at some of the videos on YouTube or wherever of the Plasmatics and Wendy O. Williams in action, and you'll kind of get my message. You'll see what I'm talking about. St. Paul's Episcopal Church to my left as I cruise down Valley Street. There's actually a Domino's Pizza tucked in to the right. I don't know if it's open or not. It might be out of business, I'm not sure. Let's see, what is up here? Schaefer Hall, part of Eastern Connecticut State College, but again, I'm not going to tour that today. I've done it before. And it's up there for your viewing pleasure if you're interested. The business back there to my right called Smokin' Aces, and they're open. Not really sure what that. I'll have to find out what that is. Looks like a Russian Orthodox. What is this? Holy Trinity Orthodox Church. I say Russian. I'm not sure about that, but construction project, that building to my right back there. WRCC, Early Childhood Program, Willimantic, Connecticut. All right, I'm behind some of these malls that we saw earlier, so I'm going to turn around. Windham Hospital is to my right, back up that hill. You know, I should probably take a ride up to Windham Hospital. Let me turn around here. What is this? John Ashton Tower. I assume it's an apartment complex of some kind, maybe. Okay, let's take a left here. Maybe I'll take a cruise up around Windham Hospital. My only hesitation is I have a camera mounted to the front of my car, and I really don't want to be pulled over or kicked out by security. That would be less than optimal. Let's see, Windham, I think, is this Windham? Nope. There's a sign up here. All right, there it is. Windham Hospital, Hartford Healthcare. Keep your fingers crossed that we don't have to pass through some security terminal of some kind, because they will not be pleased with somebody recording video. I mean, I'm not, this isn't some, reconnaissance mission I'm on here. I'm just basically driving around gathering video footage for the historical record. It's a big hospital. A big hospital with big speed bumps. Okay, I see a security vehicle. Hopefully, they're not watching me too closely as I cruise around the grounds. Let's get a look. Looks like some kind of powerhouse or something there to my left. Let's get a look at this hospital. Right up there is the main building. As far as I know, I mean, I'm familiar with Bacchus Hospital in Norwich. Very familiar with that. Windham Hospital, I haven't been up here in many years. But we're on the grounds right now. This is another Hartford healthcare facility. It's a new building in front of us, relatively new construction. All right, I'm just going to turn around, basically. And we'll hopefully get a better view of the hospital coming down this hill. But if anybody's, interested in what the hospital looks like, you might have worked here years ago or been a patient here, or whatever it may be, whatever the case may be, there it is, right there, main entrance to my right. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to turn around again just to get I figure I'm here, I may as well grab a really good view of this place. Okay, this will give us a decent view. Right there. Soak that in for a second. All right. Let's work our way out of here. A successful tour of the Windham Hospital campus without being nailed by security. The road leading up to this from Valley Street's a real windy, snaky road. It's a smoke-free campus, by the way. A big sign back there. I believe most hospitals in the country are smoke-free, I would think. All right, let's jump back. Planet Fitness, that building right there to my right. Let's jump back onto Valley Street. There's that Orthodox church with that gold dome to the right. The sky is ever so slightly bluer straight up, so maybe things are clearing up a little bit. Let's cover a little bit more territory. Wow. Big vultures over there. There's like 10 vultures back there to my left. Tearing some, I don't know, roadkill animal back there to shreds. It's 91 degrees now. Things are really starting to heat up. Eastern Connecticut State University. Yep, if I took a left at that road, that stop sign that I was just at back there, that would put us right in the heart of the campus. Beckett, let's see, Beckert Hall, Northeast Economic Alliance. Borough Hall, Noble Hall, North Campus, Schaefer Hall. Let these folks cross. Definitely they got a baby. Well, maybe there's not a baby in there, but looked kind of like a stroller, but apparently it's just a couple of backpacks in there. Now hiring all positions. I want to see this Domino's. It says open. So, okay, that Domino's is open. First Congregational Church to my left. Beautiful church. A lot of nice churches in Willimantic. A lot of beautiful architecture in Willimantic. Definitely worth coming to. Get out of the vehicle, park on Main Street, just walk around if you're into architecture. Willimantic Food Co-op from this angle on my left, right there. The iconic Willimantic Food Co-op. Now, if I take a right, I don't know if I want to do this or not. Maybe I will. This is the brand new senior center. Right. Windham Recreation. And I'm just going straight down here for a second. Okay, well, we got to look at a church from a side angle here. Right there. First Baptist Church on Main Street. And then there is the brand new Windham Community Senior Center right there. Big, beautiful church in the background. But right there. And there is that park right across from us with the Shibu stage. They have concerts. They have a lot of really cool activities right there. Beautifully maintained. Let's hone in on that Shibu stage right there in the distance. Okay, good. We'll get a good look at this St. Mary's Church right there in the center of the frame. I'll take a left, take a look at this Windham Recreation Center right to the far left. That's brand new. Okay, now. St. Mary's is a Roman Catholic church, by the way. It's another area. I'm going to take a left up here in Willimantic that I got to cover. It's very important. As we patiently wait for this red light. There's another church to my left. I'll try to catch the name. I think it's St. Joseph's Church to my left. You won't miss it. It's huge, right there. Oh, I think it's St. Joseph's. Let me see. Yeah, St. Joseph Church. Edward Deli Market to the left, that yellow and red advertisement back there. I'm on Jackson Street again. As we head to another business district, more of a modern district compared to Main Street, for example. Back in the late 70s when we used to come up to the Shibu nightclub, this is the road. I would drive right up this road right here and would stop many times at the pizza place, pizza restaurant directly. It's just to the left. It's called Mama's Pizza Restaurant. They were there in the 70s. They've been there for decades. Greek and Italian food. They had really good food back then. I assume they do now. I assume it's just as good. I haven't eaten there in a long time. But back in the late 70s, 1978, go up to the Shibu, you definitely got to hit Mama's Pizza. Still Jackson Street. Alex Casey Park to the left. Nice pond with a big fountain out there. Okay, we just crossed into Mansfield, Connecticut. This has always been a point of confusion for me personally because just up to the left up here is I don't know if it's still called the Willimantic Mall. We used to call it the Willimantic Mall That's probably not the technical name. I'll try to find out the technical correct name for it if there's a big sign out there, which I assume there will be. But right now I'm in Mansfield, the home of the Shaboo. Former home of the Shaboo. The Shaboo burned to the ground. I mean, it was, it's been going for many, many years. But I'm in Mansfield right now, so let's take a look at that mall. Eastbrook Mall. Okay. So I guess it was called the Eastbrook Mall back in the 70s too. So it's Mansfield, Connecticut. Oh, there's a big helicopter, military helicopter up in the air right in front of us. As I turn into the Eastbrook Mall, I'm going to go behind. The Eastbrook Mall has been completely rehabilitated since, the 70s. I mean, they used to have stores in here, the record shop and the puppy love and just all the, well, these stop signs come right up on you. That was kind of hidden behind some shrubs back there, that stop sign. But anyways, all the stores are new, and I'm, comparing this to the late 70s, and the building has been completely rehabbed from top to bottom. All right, I'm here. I'm going to zone in a little bit on this. I've done a comprehensive Shaboo video, so go check it out if you're interested. Directly in front of me, those pine trees that you see there, that's where the Shaboo was. A lot of this was, soil and everything was trucked out of here. So the layout here was different. I mean, the Shaboo was like right here. It would be like right above me. So they did a lot of excavating when it burned down. I don't know what happened in the years past the demolition, the final demolition, and the burning of that structure, but there was a lot of excavating. I don't know what point that excavation took place, but a massive amount of excavation was done. But if you look just to the right, that hill that goes down, that was leveled off, and the Shaboo, which was an old factory, stood right there. I'm just going to turn around here. Some of the most iconic bands in American history played at the Shaboo. It was a small club, okay? All the blues greats, B.B. King, Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, Freddie King, Albert King, Albert Collins, I'm not going to go through the list, but every conceivable blues legend, Count Basie was there. Rock bands, AC/DC. I saw AC/DC with Bon Scott there live, 1978. They were 3 feet in front of me all night. Mind-blowing, one of the greatest nights of my life. Aerosmith played. I'm not going to, it's on my comprehensive Shaboo video. I'm not going to go into it because I'll just get lost. The jazz greats, every genre, Robert Klein comedians, every conceivable greatest of the greats played in this small club in the middle of nowhere with low ceilings. And if you've ever been to the Shaboo, you know what I'm talking about. The greatness, the iconic, legendary nature of that place. The word Shaboo, boom, it just sets off fireworks in your brain if you went there. If you were if you're younger and you know of the legend of the Shaboo and everything, it's equal to its vaunted reputation and in many circumstances, or many, in my personal opinion, probably exceeds your wildest dreams. Okay? It's off the charts, phenomenal memories from that place. I just can't. I'd be here for hours and hours and hours. It's 2024. That's the year. 1978. That's a long time ago. And that place had such an impact on me personally that I think about it literally every day. It sounds crazy, but that's how magical and off the charts fantastic that place was. Back to Willimantic. Right now, we're in Mansfield. Technically, one more thing about the Shabu. Occasionally, the Shabu would be advertised as being in Willimantic, which it really technically isn't. And other times, it would be advertised as being in Mansfield, which it technically is. Back in the old days, they would have ads in papers, who's coming, who's going to be performing, and things like that. It would say Willimantic, Connecticut. Next week, you'd pick up the paper, see the advertisement, it would say Mansfield, Connecticut. It was kind of a funny, confusing thing back in the old days there, but very real. Very real. They mix those things up all the time. I'm going to briefly turn into this little kind of important little spot. This is a well. Wait a minute. Closed temporarily. Okay, let me zoom in on this thing. Let me pull up. Right there is a well. People come and, they get water, jugs and jugs of water, and they get fresh well water. Now, it says closed temporarily due to water quality, water department. Interesting. So something must have happened. That's a shame, because every time I drive by here, there's people with, plastic gallon jugs or glass jugs or whatever. They fill it up with the best water you could get anywhere, but I don't know. Right now, there's water quality problems, so whatever happened, hopefully it's temporary. As we whip up Jackson Street back towards Main Street, we're heading in that direction. All right, let me take a left. Hopefully this isn't going to do anything too wild and send us off into some other direction that's going to blow everything out of the water on this video. I don't want to end up in a different town, but if it brings me back to Main Street, which I think it'll probably do, there's another street I want to cover, and then I'll end the video. Yeah, I think this is... I hope it brings us down to Main Street. Windham Region Transit District, Ivy Garden Apartments to my right. Okay, good. Tony's Pizza. We got another look at that. My favorite pizza place in Willimantic, right there to my right. We're here before, but there's a clean shot of it right there. Freeze the frame. Tony's Pizza. Am I overdoing it with the Tony's Pizza recommendations? I don't think so. That's how much I like that pizza. All right, now we're back on Main Street. I'm going to go up Main Street again a little bit, and then I'm going to take a left, because I want to do a little sweep off another very important street, and then I'll work my way out of Willimantic, and we'll end the proceedings at that point. We'll terminate the video. We'll shut it down. At that point, we'll close up shop. I mean, I think we're covering a decent amount of territory here today on this smoky day. The blue, the sky was getting a little bluer earlier, but now it's getting that grayish, whitish, smoky appearance again. On the left, you can see those frogs in the distance on that bridge, by the way. That's real cool. The shoesmith to my right. Hopefully you can see those frogs in the distance, kind of silhouetted against the smoky sky. All right, now we can absorb visually Main Street one more time. I'll go as slow as I can without aggravating the people that are behind me too much. But I want to get to that street. Look at those buildings on the right. Beautiful. All right, let's lay back here. To the right, it's a one-way street. It's North Street. There's a vape shop to my left. Spiral Arts. I'm trying to read off some of the names of the businesses. Egg and Cheese. The Fermented Crepe. Some cool little restaurants. Bank Street back there to my right. A lot of barber shops left and right. There's a bakery. Pan del Sinai Bakery. Another really cool barbershop to my right. It's got the barber pole out there. What is it called? House of Blends. Christian Science Reading Room, Charter Oak Credit Union. Okay, I'm getting to that spot where I wanted to turn down that road. I think it's coming up here. There it is. So I'm on Main Street. I'm going to get off. I'm going to turn onto Bridge Street. When I take this left. Okay. All right, we're on Bridge Street right now. Now there is a really cool park. Let me see if I can pull in here. Willimantic Whitewater Park is the name of this thing. I don't know if I can... how far I can drive back there. Probably not that far. Yeah, I can't get back there. I'm just going to turn around. But if I could drive back there, there's another really beautiful waterfall. I wish I could do it. I can't. Let me see. Now I'm going to have to come down here. I'm going to come down here on foot. That'll be a cool... Let's see how close I can get to the edge here. Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy. Now, I mean, there's a... Let's see if we can... I mean, maybe at the bottom of the frame you can see some of that waterfall. I can't go closer than that. I'm going to come down on foot. There's some really nice waterfalls. That's going to be a project for me to do. I'll just come down on foot in Willimantic and record that video. I think that's going to be nice. I'm going to get back on Bridge Street. Okay, River Plaza to my right. All right, this is Mountain Street that I'm turning onto right here. That's the one I wanted to catch, because it leads me up to Pleasant Street, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I kind of wanted to catch some of Pleasant Street. It has some really nice homes on it. It's 3:05 p.m., by the way. Right now, still 91 degrees. So I am on Mountain Street, and I'll be taking a left if I can work my way up here. All right, this is, you gotta keep your eyes open around here. It's a four-way stop, but still. See that cool house in front of us? Okay. Another nice house to the right and left. Salvation Army is up here. But yeah, this is Pleasant Street. I wanted to grab this on video. I mean, again, this camera, it's pointing straight ahead. The Armory Apartments. There's an old armory back there, and there's apartments. Unfortunately, again, this camera points straight ahead. You're getting it from a driver's perspective, but if I could point it to the left and right, that's why I do a lot of videos lately on foot, driving around. I can really hone in on certain aspects of, architectural important locations, and I can kind of move around, walk around the properties and everything. But these driving videos definitely have their place. But again, if I had a camera that I could turn left, right, I could, I could get you better looks, better views at these. That Armory apartment building back there was pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. I'll have to take a walk through Willimantic and point out a lot of these buildings on foot. I'm going to do that in the future. On the left, there's some mansions. Left and right, there's some mansions from dating back to the days of, the mill owners and bosses and, prominent people in town would live in those gigantic, in many cases ostentatious, Victorian era mansions. All right, I'm going to turn right. And that's going to end the video. You know what? I'm going to take a ride all the way up to the top. This is an interesting building. I mean, it says no trespassing. All vehicles will be towed, private, whatever. I'm going to cruise around here. Then this will be another one of these things where I go full circle. This will be the last thing I cover, and then we'll close up shop. Notice, no trespassing, no loitering on this property. I mean, no trespassing. I mean, I don't think I'm trespassing, but how do you get up here? I mean, there's a road. One-way parking to the right. All right, this thing says Hartford Health Care. This building up here. There's no trespassing signs all over the place. I mean, it's beautiful up here. What does it say? The Ridge Recovery Center. RIDG Recovery Center, right there. So maybe this, recovery from what, I don't know. The Ridge Recovery Center, Hartford Healthcare. Well, I don't know what it is. Some form of rehabilitation facility? I don't know. We're way up on a hill. If you can see way off in the distance, you see those hills? Look at that haze. That's the smoke from the, I don't know, wildfires way out west in Canada and the United States. As we drive down this big, steep hill, we're coming to a conclusion of this video. I'm going to stop exactly where I began, which is right under that little shade directly in front of us, right here. I hope everybody had a good time on that drive around Willimantic. Thanks for joining me, folks.